Jai Hind everyone. So this is Dr. Avdhesh Gupta, Professor, Department of Information Technology, Ajay Margar Engineering College. Today we will discuss some topics of human-computer interface. So we will discuss about the basic methods and basic terms related to HCI. So this is all about, we will discuss the introduction, user classification, different design perspective, the basic importance of human interface, the history of human-computer interface, the 8 golden rules of Schneiderman, and the principles of user interface. Okay. So we will first discuss about what is HCI. Basically, we have to know that HCI, MMI or CHI all are interrelated terms. Human-computer interaction, it means how we are interacting with computers, how the person, the human being is interacting with the machine. This is MMI. Okay. How a computer interact with the human. Like for example, if a robot is interacting with the computer, that is called a CHI. So these are the 3 different terms, but these 3 terms are interrelated to each other. In all 3 terms, the interaction in between human and the machine is done. Okay. So this is the interaction between human, between people and the computers. So if we talk about the introduction or if we talk about the HCI, so if we think that if the computer or a machine is interacting with the user, so or user is interacting with the machine, so the basic part is that the user, the screen must be user friendly, so that the user or the any type of user, there are different categories of users are there. So these different types of user can understand what the screen want to say, what is available on the screen, what is the next process. So this all about have to know. So with today's technology and tools, our motivation is to create a really effective and usable interfaces and different types of screen design that is more and quite useful and user friendly. And why do I continue to produce systems that are inefficient or confusing at worst, just plain unusable? It is just because of we do not care about the design process. Let's take an example. If we are interacting with a computer, or a software engineer or a design engineer is designing a screen, he is forget about what is a red color mean, what is a yellow color mean, and what is a green color mean. A general human being is just analyzing the basic concept of red, green and yellow colors. But the design process is that this should be common to all. So there should be not difference that red color is used to just this is a stop at traffic signal. So this is used to just stop or to brake. So generally the users do not care about when we are designing some process. Like for example, if we are designing a screen, so what we are generally doing, if there is a more than one page information, so we are designing a screen more than one page, we are scrolling the page. This is not good. If we are keeping the information is a too short, or if there are multiple pages, so first page have different information, second page has different information, that is very good. Like for example, if we are creating our biodata, okay, so first the personal information, the basic education qualification information, the additional information, like if we are we did some training or we developed some project, so this is a special category. And other is references. So we have to create some sections. It is not good to write everything in a flow. So we have to create some sections, and we put a first section on first screen, second section on second screen. It is good if it is more than one screen. So we have to make some sections also. So we do not care about the design process. We do not process the common sense. We do not have the time. Most of the time we are saying that okay, let's do it, put it on the screen and leave it as it is. So we will discuss it later, because we do not time to modify, to design the screen. But this is not the designing the screen. This is basically how to represent the screen to the user, so that the user can interact with the machine very efficiently or effectively. We still do not know what is really makes good design. Suppose we are asking that what is the design process or what is the principle behind any screen design. So we do not know what is the principles. Suppose I am asking any one of you, can you define the design principles of a screen? Maybe not, because we are not aware about these design principles. This is theoretical subject, so we should concentrate on some special points. So these are the principles and these are the some methods for which if we take advantage and if we think about it, and we can design the better and improved screen. Definition. What is the definition of human computer interface? The human computer interaction is a discipline concerned with the design, evolution and implementation of interactive computing system for human use and with the study of major phenomena surrounding. And this is basically incorporating human into design so that we can design the better screen for the users. The basic goals of this human computer interface is just to improve the interaction between user and the machine by making computer more usable to receptive to the user's request or user demand. And the long term goal is to design a system that minimize the barrier between the human cognitive model of what they want and to accomplish and the computer's understanding of the user task. The role of human factors. The role of human factor. We wish to design for the layman users. Who are they? They are general humans. Even if I am designing something, maybe I will be the user for that particular screen. Why to bother about such characterization? Just because of there are different types of users. Maybe an expert user who is very expert in computers. Maybe a small child who is not aware about the screen. He or she is just scrolling the screens. Or maybe old age person who is not aware about the computer screen or the mobile screen. He just want to see what the information he want to look for. The difference in expectation in the need of users. So these are the different types of user classification. One is novice user. Novice users are the users who is completely unaware about the system, who is basic users, who do not have any knowledge, any expert knowledge or any good knowledge about the system. Intermittent users. These are intermediate users who have knowledge about the computer system, but not very advanced knowledge. And the third type of user is expert user, who have vast knowledge of computers. Okay. For example, if we are saving a file with Control S through a menu option. Okay. So the advanced user always press Control S every time after every 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So just to save the Word file. But the basic user is who is novice user. He do not know what is the meaning of computer S, how to save the particular file. He just put the file and then click on save button. He is just doing that. So the intermediate or expert persons are users are those who is aware about the computers. Okay. Like for example, if we take some examples, this is a screen design. Okay. So we have to understand what is good for a screen, which type of screen designing is good for the user, and which type of screen is a user friendly screen. So think about this screen. This screen has lots of information like this is a car rental screen. Okay. And we have to put the name of a user, the telephone number, the registration number, MPD, RT, CRD, lots of information are there. But what you have seen there, everything is put under the headings. We have to put that. But there is no meaning, we do not aware about what is the meaning of these PUD, RD, CE, RT and MPD. So this may be for expert users only, who is aware about these short-term abbreviations. So we have to make sure that if the user is a novice user, he do not know about what is the meaning of these terms. So we have to make full form of there. Okay. Look at this screen. This screen do not have any type of abbreviations except this one. Okay. The printer, name, telephone, location, automobile, the maximum allowed mile per day is 150. except this one. What is this? We have to mention the class, but we have to mention the class from this. This is good. This is good for all type of users. Even if I am the novice user, if I am the intermediate users, or if I am the advanced user. But what is the meaning of these terms? We do not about it. So we have to make sure that every term, not even these, if we have to write is just as TEL. We have to make sure that this is also written as a full form. Okay. This is another example. Now, a difference between this and this and this. Think about it. See this screen. This screen is quite eye-catching. Means this is a good design screen. Just because of we have make some segments of printer, location, and automobile. But in this, there is a segment, but we have not bifurcated it. But in this, we have bifurcated each and every segment: printer, location, and automobile. Even in this, we have draw a single line or some lines, separated lines, but in this, a box, telephone number, office, the pickup date, month and year, the class, rate. So this is a good screen. So we have to make ensure that the software designer or the engineer who is designing the screen makes or develop the good screen, so that the every type of user can understand what the screen want to say. Okay. This is another example. Like for example, family, Times, Courier, Sans. These are the different types of fonts. Okay. And this is a size: small, medium, large. Style: underline, bold, italic. If you are intermediate or expert user, you have seen that in any type of application like in MS Word, MS Office, Excel, PowerPoint, the combo box is there to select any type of font, the size and the style. There is a combo box. But what is here in this screen? This is good? I think no. Everyone confusing. Everything is confusing. Even if you are an expert user, you see that what is this? This is not a good screen. So you are also you make yourself as a confusing person, even if you are an expert user or intermediate user. So we have to make sure that the screen should be designed in such a way so that any type of user can understand what the screen want to say. Okay. Yes, this is a good design because everyone know what does it want to say. This is a family, means font type. This is a pitch, means the thickness of the font. These are the borders. This is the size, style and color. You have to choose any one from any of the boxes. Means choose anyone from this box, choose anyone from this box, choose anyone from this box. Similarly from these boxes also. And from these, we can choose one, we can choose two also, we can choose all. This also. Okay. But in this, we are not sure what to choose, where to choose, how to choose, because it is all jumbled. So this is not the good screen and this is a good screen. Okay. Another this, whether this is a good or this is good. This is good or this is good. Obviously this is not good. Just because of this have already boxes. This is means the option button, the different type of boxes, but this is not separated or there is no segment. There is only one segment, but there are segments like application memory, display usage, execution and window. And in this, display usage is this, execution is this, and memory requirement is this. Everything is scattered. We do not understand that what is memory requirement, KB required, where to fill, KB desired, where to fill, EMS memory, where to fill. Just this is a simple design. Think about a small child. When we ask a boy or a girl to design a screen, they design the screen in such a way. But when we ask to fill the entries, then maybe he or she is confusing. So if they design this type of screen, they never make confusion, because this is a good design just because of this is a separate segment just for application, and this is a for memory, and this is for display uses, execution and window, everything is a separate. Okay. So these are the graphical user interfaces. So we have to think about that what is graphical system, what are the advantage and disadvantage. So if we think about it, if we are using a computer system, we are using a Windows operating system or Linux operating system or Macintosh, any type of GUI based application. So these all are graphical system. And if we think that this is very good, just because of we can better understand because of graphics, but this is not always true. There are some disadvantages also. Like for example, if I am creating a symbol, I created a symbol like this one. Okay. So if the user is expert user or novice user, they can understand what this symbol mean. But for novice user who is not aware about the computers, is not able to sense the meaning of this design. Okay. This may be floppy. If this is a symbol of floppy, so we can see that this is for save button. So this is not good for this is the disadvantage of graphical system. Like for example, the icons which we are using, different types of applications comes in the market, and we execute these applications, and when we see the icon and we do not about the meaning of icon, we just place the cursor on that particular icon, it show the name of that icon, then only we can understand what the icon want to say. Okay. So not every user, even expert user or intermediate user, is able to identify what the screen design, if there is a screen screen design is there. Like for example, if we have a driving license and I am driving the car since last 20 years. Okay. So I am driving the car on road. I am not taking example of myself, I am taking the example of a general user. So we are driving on a car, there is a symbol, there are different types of symbols are there. So can we sure that every type of symbol we have some meaning, we know that what the symbol is meant for? Maybe not. If there is a quiz to identify the symbol, we are not securing 100%. So what does it mean? It means if there is a graphical system, there is not 100% assurity that everyone is able to identify what the symbol meaning. So this is a disadvantage. If we write something, so this is very good because everyone can read, can understand. So this is very good. Okay. So sometimes the graphical user system or graphics design is very good, and sometimes it is not so good. We can say we are not saying that it should not be implemented in anywhere, but it is not good. Just because if we are showing that this is a graphics, and if you do not know what the symbol is mean for, just place the cursor and it show the meaning, it show the help about it, then it is good. So there are some advantages that like symbol recognize faster than text. If there is a text written in a single statement, a line, so we have to read from left to right. There are 9 or 10 words, but there is a small symbols, so we can read it easily. So yes, this is the advantage. Faster learning. Yes, if we have seen that there are some graphics, there are some images, so we can see that we can learn it faster. Faster use and problem solving, easier remembering, more natural, immediate feedback, easy reversible actions, more attractive, replaces national languages, may consume less space, low typing requirement. These are the advantages till this. And greater design complexity. If we are designing a symbol, Okay. So I am asking, you need to design a symbol to save the file. You just put save it. This is the symbol. No. If I am asking design the symbol of floppy, design the symbol as the computer screen has, then it takes some time. It is a complex design. Everyone cannot design the symbols. So greater design complexity. Learning is still necessary. Lack of experimentally driven design guidelines. Inconsistency in techniques and terminologies. Working domain is present, not always familiar. Fewer tested icon exist, not always the preferred style of interaction. So these are some disadvantages of graphical system. Okay. So this is user-centric design and computing. There are various factors are there. Just because of basically to identify the human factors and incorporate those in the design requirement requires knowledge and expertise in many fields of the studies. Like for example, we must have psychology, including cognitive perspective, human factors, design including industrial design also, social sciences, anthropology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, computational linguistic, computer science and engineering primary discipline. Basically, then only we can say that user-centric design and computing. If we have these type of requirement or these type of factors we have, then only we can say that user-centric design and computing. Okay. So different design perspective. The one design is like for a software. I am designing an application for the general users who is just clicking on somewhere on the screen, and this particular clicking on any button may have some actions. Another is industrial product designer. Means what? We have to design an industrial product, a three-dimensional product, and physical like a physical entity. Another is electronics engineer. Might look at as an adding more features at the hardware level, such as more sensors in a smaller chip. Do you know that memory chip, a smaller memory chip, it is of 32-bit, 32 GB, 64 GB, 128 GB, 256, even 512 or 1 terabyte chip, a smaller chip, very small chip. You put in your mobile, in your computer system also. Can you think there are lots of gates are there? Basically, NAND gates are used to design these memory chips, NAND and NOR gates. Generally, NAND gates are in use. So, a NAND gate, a single NAND gate, a flip-flop can store 1 bit, and there are 4 NAND gates are used to store 1 bit of information. So, if you are designing a 1 terabyte of memory chip, how many gates are required? How many flip-flops are required? So, electronics engineer might look at adding more features because too flexible to provide more and more interactive or more and more features to the user, just because of each and every user must interact with the electronic devices. So we have to different types of perspective is there, that like for example designer, industrial product, electronics engineer, or any other type of designer also. Like if I am saying a draftsman, if I am saying the architecture design, so there are different types of design perspective are there. Okay. So here we discuss only few one. Why HCI is important? Now everyone think about it that human computer interfaces plays a very important role in our daily life. We are interacting with a computer, with a screen, and the screen has more meaningful information, then only we are able to identify what the screen display and what is the meaning of this anything that is over on the screen. If we are not aware about this screen, then maybe the user didn't design very well. So this HCI is very important for every type of software designer. Okay. The importance of good design. interfaces and screen design, it is a really matter of common sense. As a developer, because you are a software engineer, you are a application developer, programmer, we have to develop a screen in such a way so that any type of user can interact with it. Maximum of user interacting with your screen, so you need to design a screen in a good way. Okay. If we are producing some identical screen, then what? It is a very common. So you need to modify the screen in such a way that the user says that yes, this is a identical screen just because I am comfortable with this screen, but this is new look. This is always good. Okay. So a well-designed interface and screen is terribly important to our users. It is their window to view the capability of the system. It is also the vehicle through which many critical tasks are presented. These tasks often have a direct impact on an organizational relation with its customer and profitability. Okay. Basically, a good design, the layout of a design affect a person in variety of ways. They can be confusing, they can be efficient, inefficient, they have some more difficulty and they have more joy. They are very happy. They will learn from the mistakes. They will enhance. They can guide to improve the design. Okay. Some poor design may even chase some people away from a system permanently. Poor design. If my product is good, the capability is very good, but the design is not good, maybe the product will not survive. The user immediately recycled it. This is not a good design. Many of the examples are there in the world that even if the greater capability, the product is not good just because of its design. So we have to think about the design process or the product design, the screen design and everything. Just because of we are the computer professional, so we are talking about the screen design only. Okay. So the history. This is basically theoretical subject. So history of computer interface, human computer interface. The need of people to communicate with each other exists since our birth, since the very very early age. So basically we are showing that some movements, some gestures, the other person can easily identify what we want to say. If we are keeping silent to us, the other person can also judge what we want to say, why we are keeping silent to us. Sign languages, gestures. In general life, we are showing different types of movements in through our body, and the other person is able to read the gestures also. And if we talk about the screen, a screen has lots of information is there. So we have to make ensure that this screen also designed in such a way that the other person understand what the screen has or what the screen meaning. Okay. So the screen must be designed in such a way that irrespective of its complexity, it is more understandable to all the users. The maximum of a person can speak one language, two language or more languages. It is very difficult to communicate with these languages. But if we design the screen, it is more convenient to attract different types of users. Like there is a symbol, there is a sign. If we do not understand Japanese, we do not understand German language or any other language, but we can understand the symbol. So there are Windows operating system or Ubuntu or Linux or Macintosh. These are the different operating system. These operating system comes in English language, German language, even different types of Indian languages also. For what purpose? So that the person who is not able to understand different languages, he or she can understand its basic native language. So the operating system provided in that languages also. So means what? Okay, we have to design a screen for the user understandability to attract users. More and more users can use our product. Okay. So generic guideline. Some are very generic and consequently small in size, cover broad aspects of interactive system at a rather high level. Okay, there are two types of rule: 8 golden rules and 7 principles. These 7 principles given by the Norman and these 8 rules given by the Shenanderman. So this is very important. This is also important, but we will discuss about the 8 golden rules. Okay, like for example, human interface guideline are for the Apple system. Yes, leave it. 8 golden rules. This is a set of 8 rules. Basically, these 8 rules extracted from the graphical user interface. Okay, these are partially or fully applicable for other types of interfaces also. I am not saying that it is 100%, partially or fully. Other type of interfaces, it means command user interfaces, like for example. Although these guidelines do not provide details of what to do, but it provides a very broad pictures of what should be done. And since it provides a broad picture, such guideline and applicable for systems or interfaces other than the one for which those were intended. Okay. So these are the 8 golden rules. So we will discuss about one by one. But before discussing, we will check what the screen want to say. This is a screen. This is also the screen. At this screen, there are 3 icons and we have selected this icon. This icon is selected just because of this is a shaded. So this icon is selected. Okay. And what does it mean? What is here? It means this icon is selected and we are dragging this icon to this folder. We are moving this icon or this image to this folder, this moving picture to this. We are able to see the dragging from this place to this place. We are able to see which icon is selected. These are the 8 golden rules. Even it means we have to design a screen and we have to show the activities also. Like which icon is selected? Learning. What is over in this screen? The photo1.jpg image has been dragged to my photos. Okay. What does it mean? What does it mean? And what is this? This is some error. No, not error. This is some information like a file has been downloaded. And what does it? This is fatal exception error that comes in Windows operating system. If Windows operating system crashes or there is some issue, then this type of window comes. What is this? Undo move of 5 item. You can see in undo in MS Word or in Chrome or any browser. 5 item back or 5 item next. Okay, we are able to do it. In this, are you sure you want to quit this process? Quit, force quit and cancel. If we close any button, it will ask, are you sure do you want to quit? Yes or no? Yes, obviously yes. Then click on yes button. Quit is already selected. Just press enter. It will exit the applications. Okay. or if we want to force quit, it means along with this application, the related application also will be exit. Cancel it. So these are the some photography or some images from which we can understand what does it want to say. Okay. So in the later video, we will discuss about the 8 golden rules of this. So till now, thank you very much.